Good morning. Good morning. Hope y'all doing well. I have to be to work in about 45 minutes or so, but I got a few things I need to do after work, so I'm getting my mile in before work. It's currently 8:10, so we got a little time. But yeah, man, hope y'all having a good day, and we are about to get this mile in. All right, so I had to rush and get to work. I was kind of running behind, but this morning I ran my mile in. I'm trying to get it up on my phone. Let's see. So yesterday I ran my mile in 9 minutes and 39 seconds. So my goal was to beat that. And then today I ran my mile in 8 minutes and 45 seconds. So definitely made a huge bump up in my time. So that was good. So yeah, that was good. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. I actually was trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about today. And then I got a comment on one of my recent videos from Julian. And he was basically encouraging me to treat my YouTube channel like a sandbox. Because in my last video I was talking about the different interests I have. It's just hard to, yeah. Anyway, he was just telling me use my YouTube and talk about all these different interests. And I appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate you saying that, and I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna use this channel for all my interests. But he also mentioned, he said, would love to connect about basketball. My nephew played AAU and is a PG in Orlando, but he needs some encouragement due to politics that started his junior year this past year. AAU, if you don't know anything about sports, is a organization for high school basketball players where they get to play on different leagues in the summertime. I think now they do it year round though. I'm not sure, but when I was playing, it was during the summertime. And then PG is point guard. But yeah, it got me thinking, and the best advice I can give to that, because politics in sports specifically is going to happen. It happens up until professionally, NBA, NFL, you know, the major sports. Politics happen even at that level, so you can't really control it. But I actually had this conversation with one of the players that play at the high school I work at. He was complaining about his coach, and I was basically telling him, like, control what you can control. It comes down to putting in the work. Honestly, it comes down to that. Put in the work. Get up at 4 a.m. Go, if you don't have access to a gym, you can't get to a gym, go run a mile. Do some push-ups at night. Like, there's so many things you can do to work on your game in any sport. But it truly comes down to just put in the work. You see it. The best players are the kids who put in the work. The best player at the high school I was just at, the best player at the high school I work at, he's graduating. He's going to play basketball at a community college somewhere. But he would be in the gym at 6 a.m. When we get to work, around 7:30, he's leaving from getting the workout in every morning. And I always thought it, and I was like, man, if I did that when I was in high school, ain't no telling how good I would have been. I think a lot of the kids, especially like me, in the home, it was just my mom. And my dad didn't really play sports, but he wasn't in the home. And I just didn't have that guidance as far as sports go, to where the parents like push the kids to be better at their sport. Because I think a lot of parents just don't even know or have an understanding of what it takes to become a better player. Most parents don't, so I'm not faulting my parents. You can't fault the parents, because the average parent has no idea what it takes to be the best at at a sport. But you see it from the parents who do. Professional athletes, specifically NBA, because that's the main sport I follow, basketball. NBA parents who have kids who make it to the NBA, it makes sense why the kid made it to the NBA, because they know exactly what it takes to get there. Their kids who make it to college, they know exactly what it takes to get there. If my daughters want to play basketball, I'm guaranteed that they're going to play in college, at least college, because I know exactly what it takes at this point in my life to get to college. When I was in high school, I had no idea what it took to get to college, but just based off of talent alone, somehow I made it to college, and I'm forever thankful for that. I'm kind of rambling now, and it's a bit windy, and I'm using the in-camera mic, so hopefully you guys can hear me, because it's windy now. But the best advice I feel I can give is to just work on your game. Don't think so much or worry so much about the coach. Focus on your game. You can also move schools, but I don't really know how I feel about that. And one of the reasons is because at the high school, this was 2 years ago, we had a kid who was getting recruited by some D1, Division I schools. But he ended up leaving, transferring to a prep school because he didn't like the coach really. And those college coaches pulled the scholarship that they were offering him. And then he ended up going D2, which isn't bad. I played D2, but he had the chance to play D1. And him leaving the school he was at, the college coach didn't like that, because they just felt like if you transfer schools now in high school, you would most likely transfer schools in college. And the way the climate is today, most kids transfer schools in college. But yeah, that kid was a good talent, and he ended up signing to a Division II school. And I seen him this last summer, not this summer, but the last summer, and he left that school because he didn't like that coach. So honestly, I think it just becomes a pattern. And for your nephew, I don't want that to happen to him, where he's just chasing school after school because the relationship he builds with these coaches. If he just focuses on his game, put as much time as he can in the gym outside of his academics, spend as much time as he can in the gym, I think he'll be all right. And the crazy thing is that this can pertain and apply to everything in life, no matter what it is. It all comes down to how much work we put into this. YouTube, it all comes down to how much work we put into YouTube. Doesn't matter what it is. You want to be a news anchor, it's gonna come down to the grind and doing everything you can to get shit. Today you can be your own news anchor on YouTube. Hell, probably. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's doing that. But yeah, you can apply what I'm saying to anything in life. I hope you guys can hear me though, because this wind is kind of crazy. I want to speak on my story and my history with basketball. But this video is already long, and it'll probably be another 10 minutes talking about it. So I'll end it off here. And to Julian, I wish the best for your nephew, man. Hopefully he figures it out and get to play college basketball, because it was one of the best experiences of my life playing college basketball. And I hope you get the chance to do that. And I know you, as an uncle, you'll feel proud as well, because when my nephew went to play football, he only played 1 year, but him going to play was an exciting time. So hopefully your nephew gets to experience that, man. But yeah, man, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.